This is my review of the Daniel Engel markers from Muirskate. I absolutely love these wheels. This is my second set of these wheels. The first set I cored in probably 5 hours of hard riding over the course of essentially start to finish a 23-hour span.
We're working hard today.
I did that as part of a challenge set out by Daniel Engel to core his wheels as fast as possible, and the first person to do so and send him the cores got a second set. This is the second set that I won. They came signed by him. Skated them right away. The signature's long gone, but it was a very fun challenge. Unfortunately, this review is coming to you a little earlier than I anticipated. You know, I wanted to core this set as well, and I really wanted to ride it in a wide variety of terrains. The first set I had to just do a bunch of glove down hillsides at spots that are fast and steep and have really gritty pavement. Spots that I could hike over and over and over again and really wear the wheels down quickly. I was really bent on winning that challenge, and it paid off because, of course, you know, I won and also got a really cool kind of data point for how long it takes to go through a set of wheels. Unfortunately, that is essentially all of the footage that you're going to see is from my riding on that original set of wheels, which was not very varied. It was not a lot of free ride. It essentially was just fast slides to a stop, and that doesn't tell you an awful lot about wheels. So fortunately, I did get a fair amount of riding on these before I had to retire them, and I had to retire them because one of my bearings overheated and partially melted the core of this wheel. It wasn't severe enough to actually lose the wheel, lose the board, but when I did remove the bearing from here, I noticed significant damage, which was pretty upsetting because I was really enjoying these wheels. I feel like the biggest competitor for these wheels are the 70mm blood orange Morgans. You can tell just by looking online that the shapes are incredibly similar. The core may be identical, and they both kind of boast this kind of free ride attitude with Thane lines galore. And I think the Daniel Engel markers do it better than the blood orange wheels. I think these are faster, longer lasting, and I think the slide feels better. The slide is a little bit higher up on the pavement. It doesn't dig into the pavement like the blood orange does. And it gives you a little bit less resistance mid-slide, but I think it has the same grip kind of on the edge of traction. I think you're going to find these are slightly easier to free ride and maybe a little more consistent. I also enjoyed these in the wintertime, a sentiment that I can't share about Morgans. Every time I've skated blood orange Morgans in temperatures below 60 degrees Fahrenheit, I've been very upset, whereas these performed pretty well for me in the winter. Now, I will say these are called markers because they leave Thane lines on the ground. They do require a little bit of speed and a little bit of heat, whereas Morgans kind of just dump everywhere. These are not going to dump lines as much as the Morgans will, which is a good thing in my opinion. Means they're going to last longer. They absolutely do last longer. It's just not going to be pasting crazy lines everywhere. You know, you'll see in my videos that there are crazy lines everywhere. That's on very steep roads with some of the harshest pavement that I could find, and long slides where I'm just sitting on the board as deep as I can. For more general, slower free ride, more casual free ride scenarios, you're not going to be leaving a ton of Thane lines on the ground, but no biggie. That's really not a con in my book. It's just something to be aware of if you're going in with a certain idea of what these wheels are going to do. Very icy when they are stone ground, you know, when they're brand new. It's kind of a characteristic you see on a lot of stone ground wheels. You'll find that they're very icy. These are no different. When they break in, they do get traction pretty quickly, so it will take an adjustment from the slides that you do at the start of your riding these wheels to when you start to wear down a little bit. It's going to be not a huge change, but it's definitely going to require a little bit different strategy, a little bit different technique. Also, these wheels do pretty well on rough pavement. They're nice and wide, so I find that generally has a pretty positive effect when you're riding over kind of crappy stuff. Uneven surfaces, rough pavement, crap like that. Another thing, graphic kind of comes off pretty easily. Not sure if that's going to bug any of you. It doesn't bug me. I prefer the graphic to go away as fast as possible. And yeah, so I really enjoyed these wheels. I think they're a great deal right now. Let me check real quick if you can get more. Yes, they are still available. They're still on sale. And I gotta say, this might be your last chance to get the Muirskate markers ever. You don't know. I think they're incredibly high quality wheels. I think Muirskate knocked it out of the park. And this is definitely a wheel that Daniel Engel can be very proud to have his name on, because I think it just it performs incredibly for its price point and against its competition. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe. I've got more reviews in the works, more coming. I know this one was a little bit brief, not as technical as my previous reviews, but with my time cut short from the melted core and the limited experience of just coring the first set as fast as possible, didn't give me as big of a breadth of information as I would have usually wanted to have going into one of these. I know a lot of you are waiting on the Quay Free Killer review, and trust me, it's been in the works for a long time. I swear every time I change my setup, these wheels respond completely differently, and as a result it's been really hard to figure out how I would choose to ride them, the kinds of riders I would recommend them to, the scenarios in which I think they might perform better than something else. Yeah, definitely probably my most challenging review, the most challenging product to form an opinion of. I was really negative to these wheels at first, and then I began to realize some things that I can do to make my experience on them better, and then it went back to negative. And so we've had this flip-flop game. This review should be coming out in the next 2 weeks, and then shortly after that, anticipate a review of the Zenit Marble 40 V3. I already have a V2 review from over a year ago on my channel, and Zenit has very kindly sent me the V3 to review and to compare. And, you know, very good news on that. I think that's a phenomenal board, and the upgrades that they've made are right. But yes, so you can look forward to these two things coming out in the near future. And yeah, everybody like the video and pray for me in the comments that I can figure these fuckers out, because they're, wow, they are very difficult to ride and set up. He could learn a thing or two about racing lines.